Greetings and God bless. I just wanted to talk about when the map is not the territory. So I have found this to apply to a lot of things. So I'll go to a doctor's appointment and they'll be like, your labs are normal. And I'll be like, well, I've had these symptoms. I have this interpretation. The naturopath says this. And actually, the labs you're telling me are normal. They actually show that something's too high or something's too low. And so, of course, doctors aren't really there to be a doctor. They're there to get some type of, they're just there for status. They're not really there to provide healing, and they're there to browbeat and insult and gaslight you, especially if you're a fixed income single woman, like if you don't have any influence. I just experienced this time and time again. And alternative practitioners are nicer, but you're paying them out of pocket, $300, $500 a pop. So they're not so rude, but they're still also oblivious, not looking at the 10-page intake form that you gave them. And they will admit, yes, you have this issue, but they have the attention span of a gnat. And I've found this to be many, many, many times over. And it's like they don't care that they're taking thousands of dollars from you. So, but back to the map is not the territory. So this is just I'm wondering if life, is a game, and it's not about reality. It's not about fairness. And of course, other people want you to be fair to them, but they could care less about being fair to you. And so, like, how do you then navigate that? And every once in a while, you'll find somebody who actually is a fair person, and that person becomes your friend. But for the most part, people are, I really wonder if it's invasion of the body snatchers, if that's happened, because normal, like the golden rule, like do unto others as you would have them do unto you, that's out the window now. Now it's like this weird feminist, homosexualist, like you've got to do everything for the leftist agenda or you should die. And of course I'm painting in broad strokes, but this is what I have found when I go to the local library, the local health food store. And it seems like this is super activated with the riots in 2020 and the putting on like this ritual blue cloth over the face that did nothing for a fake situation that nobody will admit. I have not met any pro-injection, pro-forced injection. You should die if you're not going to wear a mask. Nobody has come around and said, oh, that was a mistake. As a matter of fact, some of the most like staunch, conspiracy theorist type of people are like, well, maybe the injection wasn't so bad, So it's a nightmare. So, but back to the map is not the territory. So I have looked for places. I've been looking for a good place to be once I started really getting a sense that there's a destabilization that's happening worldwide and in the United States. And so I was a new ager in 2012, and there was all this hype about the Mayan calendar, the Mayan prophecy. Mayan calendar was ending in 2012. So I moved from California to Montana. And that's when I started noticing the like woke, like this cancel culture, like really glaring and traumatizingly so. And so I was in Missoula, Montana, and there was a lot of suicides there. And I happened to meet the police chaplain who said that Missoula has the highest suicide rate in the country, in the United States, this city. And he was like, it's rich people, it's poor people, it has nothing to do with money. And he was like, I don't know what it is. And, I was thinking maybe it's people feeling trapped. And the thing is, there's a lot of people, I mean, there's a lot of Wi-Fi there, a lot of cell towers, a lot of electrical infrastructure, like where you see those like electrical pylons right in the downtown area. And I know that electromagnetics can have an effect on our biology. And of course, when you're affecting biology, you're affecting somebody's mental state. So I'm thinking it's just all the 5G towers, the smart meters, the mobile phones, and other factors that's unique to the city of Missoula. You know, a lot of black magic there. So, but when you look on the city of Missoula website, it has statistics. It has a link for you to look up suicide actually, but it's a broken link. And so this is something I noticed that states will, like, they know they're on the map and they pretend like they have the information, but then it's a broken link. It's always a broken link when you're trying to get the data. And some places have like off the charts data like that makes them look really bad. But what I realized after observing Missoula hiding the data about its suicide rate is that the places that have high statistics, that have a high percentage of something bad, crime, whatever, I think it's that that state happens to be honest. And so they're willing to be like, yeah, we have a 50%, gunshot wound rate or something like that. So I actually would trust that kind of city better than the one that's just like, we have zero, like dog bites. So I have been noticing the past few years that there's a lot of dog attacks where the victim is dead. It's a child, it's an elderly person, it's a family member, it's an adult, 50-year-old person who's killed by a single dog, the family dog, the bunch of family dogs, a pack of dogs. And it's in the United States, it's also worldwide. And that data, like they were like doing statistics, you could find it up until like 2015, but then they started removing that information. And that's another thing is a lot of interesting topics. They stopped being like studies stopped happening after 2015-ish. And yeah, it became, instead of like, let's look at our society, let's look at culture, let's look at trend, I guess everything became more about being self-absorbed or something. I don't know. So the map is not the territory. Just because the statistics say something, that's not necessarily the fact as it really is. And of course, that, as if you're an adult and you've been, through experiences, that a lot of things are whitewashed to look better, give a good first impression. And what I'm trying to say is that sometimes the thing that has a bad first impression might be the more honest. And because by virtue of honesty, you can then be prepared. Okay, there's bugs here, or there's tornadoes, or there's the Mexican cartel, and how do you navigate that? So I think it's much better to be around an honest, difficult situation than this manipulative, lying, entrapment thing where you're going to end up wanting to commit suicide. And so I just wanted to put that out there. The map is not the territory, and it's really good to get firsthand accounts and use your common sense. And look at history, look at parallel like things, so you can kind of figure out a pattern. So hopefully that makes sense. And thank you for watching. God bless.